Hello, my gorgeous people. I'm back. Yes, the waterfall behind my house is back. I am so happy. I love it. These are all my thoughts and opinions from information gathered from public domain. Please do your own research and be kind or be responsible with the comments. I don't know, I touched something on my phone. Yes, so we are all aware that these are just my thoughts and opinions, okay guys? And this is how it looks right now. This is literally how it looks. Isn't it pretty? Let me get a better, as you can see it's raining, but I always go for walks no matter what. So let me get a better seat somewhere so I can make the video, guys. It's a little bit rainy, so I have my umbrella here just in case anything starts to rain even more. I wanted to do this video because I got so many emails yesterday about Adele and Meghan Markle. A lot of emails telling me that, look, Adele also disowned her father, you know, who just happened to die last week, I believe. Please fact check me, okay guys? Because you know I'm a farmer. I don't spend a lot of time on this, okay? I receive a lot of info in the emails. So and that how come nobody was criticizing Adele and blah blah blah. Well, first of all, Adele's situation is completely different than hers, you know. To begin with, Adele's father was a severe alcoholic and he was very abusive. They were very poor. It's a credit to Adele that she made so much of herself, you know, and you don't hear her complaining about the situation to anybody. So she grew up in a very abusive home where an alcoholic was a major issue. Whereas Meghan Markle was raised by a very loving father who spoiled her to death. For those of you in the UK and in the US, in the UK, private schools are called public, and in the US, public schools are called private. So when I say that Meghan Markle went to private schools from kindergarten, because Thomas Markle paid for everything for his little princess to go to the best schools in Hollywood, private schools. In England, that would be public schools, from kindergarten. When his little princess was confused because she was so white, and for Christmas she didn't know about the Barbie's color, Mr. Markle went and got her a mixed race set of Ken and Barbie for his little princess. Mr. Markle was the one who would take her around to the homeless shelters. And also because it was part of the curriculum in those private schools. So it wasn't something that she did on her own. In fact, while she was at Northwestern University, she never did. She went into the hard partying sorority thing. Now, and again, university paid for by her father. She has credited her father with everything that went great in her life, claiming his support. Mr. Markle, an award-winning lighting director, would beg Meghan's schools to allow her to be part of the plays in exchange for him to do the lighting, so his little princess would be part of the play, because that's what his little princess wanted. So and when the 1992 LA riots broke, he took off with his little princess to Palm Springs to spare her from seeing that. So again, that's another lie from her. So there's two completely different things. I can imagine, and again, we can never speak for somebody what the other person is thinking or how the other person must feel. But I can imagine, I would be one that if my abusive father, who made my life in childhood a living hell, is suddenly, when I become famous, he's given interviews to exploit me, I would be incredibly pissed. So I don't think that because he died, he's suddenly, you know, she's a terrible person because she doesn't say anything about it. We don't know what she said. We don't know if she's reached out. We don't know. But for some people, they have this idea that because a person is sick or pregnant, they're saints. They're not. Abusive people will use that to continue abusing you. Like Meghan, who's using pregnancy. Do you think that pregnant women don't commit crimes? Of course they do. Do you think pregnant women are bullies? Now, I want people to understand one thing. Bullies do not stop. They only change targets. They don't stop until somebody stops them. And this is the situation with Harry and his wife. Now, a lot of people, I can see a lot of people, it makes me laugh because a lot of people online are going, oh, maybe this is why she left. Oh, she didn't understand the role. It was Harry's responsibility. No. Meghan Markle, from the moment she got engaged, her main goal was how to get as many titles as possible and get the hell out of there to go and exploit it in the United States, because she never intended to stay. There was nothing for her to learn, to understand. In fact, she made no secret that she didn't care to learn anything, because why should she? She's getting the hell out of there. Maybe Harry at the beginning bought her BS that she wanted to stay and be part of the team, but after a while he probably realized that she didn't want to stay as well. Now, so for those who keep going on that Meghan didn't know that the Queen, there was nothing anybody could have done because she was never intended to stay. She didn't even bring her clothes with her. How long was she there? Even prior, before she got married? She didn't intend to stay, period. The only reason why they left is because Meghan never intended to stay in the UK. She has committed fraud. Plain and simple. The royal family got played. That's all there is to it. And Harry now is jumping on that bandwagon. They're both entitled, they're not thankful. Nothing people give them is going to be good enough. Now, he went in this podcast claiming how he was set free from everything. Well, his wife goes on Oprah bitching that their kid did not get more titles, more privileges. And does that make any sense? Why would you want your son to be part of an institution, have titles from an institution that you hate and you despise? Why would you tell Oprah Winfrey that you would go back in a heartbeat if they give in to your demands? That is extortion. Now, again, I get a lot of emails saying, why do you defend that family? I am not defending them, but it is my true belief that Harry and his wife are on a path. Right now, if we all think about it, what defines the royal family? The Commonwealth and mental health is one of their biggest things. Now, honestly speaking, how can we have people who have been publicly branded as racist, abusive bullies, head one of the most diverse organizations, multi-ethnic in the world, and head a mental health campaign? How can they? And what is worse is that because they haven't taken steps to hold accountable the people, in this case Harry and his wife, to hold them accountable for the falsehoods that they said, it affects the efficiency and credibility for that organization, for the monarch, and for those who are part of the monarchy to represent us or do their jobs. How can they? I don't want a racist, abusive bully to represent the Commonwealth. As you can see, I am from mixed backgrounds. My skin is white, but you can clearly see I'm ethnic, and I am Canadian. How would I want the monarch of my organization, who has been publicly branded a racist by one of its senior employees who's still on their website, by the way. And in their website says that Harry represents and Meghan represent and embody the qualities to be representing the monarch, our head of state. So this is what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for that if this royal family, if this family members, and let's not forget something. When Prince William and Prince Charles, and even the Queen, when magazines publish something, remember when, for example, the Duchess of Cambridge, there was this nasty thing by Tatler, I think. Oh, William took steps, and I think there was an affair, something that Prince William had. Prince William in Buckingham Palace took steps to correct that situation with the magazine. Lawsuits and everything. And yet, they're failing to do that for the entire Commonwealth and the most important charities, which is mental health. They're failing to stand up and correct a situation which affects a monarchy, a Commonwealth, and millions of people who look up to them to front a mental health campaign. And that is what I have a problem with. And I really do think that this is what Harry and Meghan are aiming to destroy, because they're counting on the fact that the royal family have been doing nothing, because the royal family are not stopping these two bullies because of nepotism. Prince Harry, I saw a couple of bloggers people sent me, and they said, oh, Prince Harry has suffered. No, he hasn't suffered. He's the kind of person who I can clearly see exploiting a situation of two divorced parents to his benefit. I can clearly see that, him and Meghan Markle. I can see that. His mother died. Okay, but it has happened to millions. I can show you my cousin. His mother died horribly of cancer in the worst possible way. She was very young, 42 years old. You know, it was horrible, and she went so quickly. She died. And I mean, and they were divorced, you know, because his mom was not, you know, she was a little bit of a Meghan. So they were divorced very early on, and he went through that divorce. There's millions of people. He didn't suffer. His parents were getting divorced, and his mother died. Sad, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he has exploited that situation ever since, and so has Meghan. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, because this has been bugging me for quite some time. Very publicly, when Meghan, I think I posted that picture of her, where she's saying, this is prior to her hooking up with Trevor Engelson. I think she was just starting, that she was a struggling actress. She said that she was sick and tired of going to all these sets and kissing men, not a man, men with bad breath, and being treated like, and I'm gonna, this is her quote, shit on set. That she was sick and tired of being treated like shit on set and kissing all these men with bad breath and being, you know, mistreated and all kinds of things. Now, who are these men? Was she in PORN? Because as far as I can see, the only man she was kissing profusely and the only sort of role she's had was in Suits, and it was this guy, I think his name, what the hell was his name? Patrick, I think his name is. That's the only way she was kissing. When she did the one-liner in Horrible Bosses, it was just one line. And Beverly Hills, she didn't even do one line. She was in a car given a BJ. And The Night Rider, she was boxing and thrown away for less than 20 seconds. So which are these men that she had to kiss with bad breath and she was treated on set very badly? So no, Meghan is nothing like Adele. Meghan is an abusive bully who uses children. And please, just wait for her reality show, because it's coming, guys. Now, Harry doesn't know anything. He should shut the hell up. And I really wish anybody who interviews him calls him out. Because why didn't Dax ask him, wait a minute, because this is another thing that bothers me. Why, Prince Harry, he can talk about himself, but he can't presume to know what Prince Charles felt. You can't say, oh, I think I did that, blah, blah, blah. No, he can't. Now, there's not such thing as genetic suffering or whatever the hell he is. He's such an idiot. You may have generational situations, but that's due to poverty or too rich or whatever. Now he says he wanted to leave at the age of 20. He could have. He could have. Now he's claiming that he didn't want to be in the military. He was forced to be in the military. The things that he was fighting for the most, the titles, to keep the military titles, now he's saying that he didn't want to be there. He was forced. Nobody forced him. Because by the time Prince George was born, he was irrelevant. He was irrelevant. He ceased to be despair. In fact, he kept bitching about the fact that he was no longer that important. So all of this for people, just to summarize, there are no reasons. You don't need to psychoanalyze why they left. They left because Meghan Markle never intended to stay. Just like when you know you're going to a restaurant and you know you don't have money and you know you're not gonna pay. So you're gonna go into that restaurant and eat and make up any excuse you can to get the hell out of there without going to jail. That's what happened. That's all there is to it. There's no mystery. There's nothing. The UK was had, and it's time to remove their titles. It's time for the royal family to defend the Commonwealth, because they cannot be representing the Commonwealth if they're allowing a former senior member to call them racist without them being held accountable. Or they can't be fronting mental health campaigns if they have been branding racist bullies and abusive by this very same person who was part of that campaign, because that means that Prince William and Catherine are liars. So which one is it? They have to step up. They have to defend the UK. They have to defend the Commonwealth. And what is happening with the ANL appeal? Do you guys know, with the letter appeal? I haven't heard anything. Anyways, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. And thank you for your support. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. You're not subscribing, you're not sharing, and you're not liking. Anyways, yes. Sorry about my rant.